And welcome back to the smoke room. It has been a long time since I've been back. It's been a few months actually. Last one I did was episode 10. This is episode 11, and I got somebody on here that I ain't had a chance to have on here, so it's going to be a pretty interesting interview. I want to introduce them. Eddie, introduce yourself.
Hey guys, it's Eddie Mack, the lead voice of the CAW Champions League and the Destiny Championship Alliance.
I appreciate you coming on. I know you're busy and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to get this thing started with the usual question I asked in the first question. What was your inspiration of creating CCL when you first started?
I would say around 2 years before doing that, and I think just about anybody that has followed Carl knows this. I was doing Car Titantrons for a bunch of leagues, and I was just doing them for fun. You know what I mean? Like just as a hobby. I know some leagues asked me to do a couple, but mostly I just did them for fun for like a couple of years, and I thought, you know what, I could probably make my own league. I mean, it couldn't be that hard, right? Yeah, that was pretty much the jumping off point. You know, I've watched a whole bunch of leagues, SCAW, SMF, URWL, DWA. There's a whole bunch. There was a whole bunch of them when I started.
Yeah.
And there's like 10 or 15 I'm probably forgetting, and I'm sorry. I'm not trying to forget them on purpose or anything.
Oh no, of course. There's so many.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a different time like 8 years ago. There was a whole bunch of leagues, and I mean, it's not that there's not so many now, and there probably isn't. It's also that it's gone like a sort of branched off in a different direction, you know.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. In a way, you can look at it like back then, like in 2008 and 2009, it was like more fictional characters and like where some original was kind of in there.
Right.
But then after 2009 to go to 2010, because I know personally, because I was like in 2007, I was like one of the first few people who actually got big back then.
Right.
But it took a while to get really noticed, especially like in WBF and leagues like that. It's really hard to stand out when you got like WWE wrestlers, TNA wrestlers, and all that.
Yeah.
But yeah, your league, I'm very familiar with because we got to work together a while back. And everybody knows controversy, and that's all. I will say that's completely over with. That's in the past. Me and you have buried that hatchet.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah. When you first started over of CCL, did you think it would last this long?
Absolutely not. When I first did CCL, I originally planned to do it for like 3 years, and I was going to be done. But by the third season, which is when we added DC's People's Champ and Joe Matos to commentary, by that point I was like having so much fun with it. I thought, why not keep going for as long as possible? And interesting thing about Champ and Joe, it sounded like we had that chemistry like right by the time the third season started, But here's the thing, and I don't know if a lot of people that only followed Carl recently don't know this, but right in that little break between season 2 and season 3, I did a really big event called Conspiracy. You remember that?
Oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah. And it was actually right around that time that actually was just before then that Champ asked to come aboard, and Joe Matos asked to come aboard, and I think during doing a few matches on that show on commentary, it got us that chemistry, and by the time the third season started, I mean, like we were hitting the ground running, man. And I guess that was my sort of my thing that, you know what, let's just keep going for as long as, one, I'm having fun doing it, and two, the games are good, because it also helps that the games are good, because if the wrestling games weren't as good, I don't know if I would have kept going, if I'm being honest.
It could have been worse. It could have been like that game. What is it called? TNA Impact.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, that's all I like to add on to that, cause I noticed throughout the years you started adding commentators and stuff like that.
Yeah,
One guy I think you have good chemistry with is Brian Henniger. You
yeah.
know, he does DCA commentating with you and all that. I always feel like he always has the small details of the
He is
match and
he is
stuff.
he is insanely smart, and I love him for it.
Yeah, and that's a good thing to have as a commentator because
Yeah,
if you just go blind, then that's not entertaining, and they won't hold anything.
right.
And
Um,
like for instance, with your character, I noticed in that, especially in like lately in DCA and stuff like that, you bring more character to your guy, and
yeah,
just not as a commentator, but as a character in general.
right. Yeah, yeah, I've always sort of wanted to be sort of like, the voice of reason, more or less a neutral voice. Just tell you what's going on, tell you why it's happening. But with everything, I don't, not nearly interject as much. But what happened though over in DCA, I think brought that out in me a little bit. And I'll be honest with you, I didn't think I had it. It was just a one shot deal. Just cutting this promo about how I felt about everything that was going on in DCA, and I was like, I feel like I gotta say something about this, and I approached you all with the idea of, hey, I want to cut a promo on the season opener, and he told me to go for it, and I did, and I didn't. I didn't really like the promo. I didn't really like the promo I cut. It was the one that you. It was the one that you and that ended up making the show. I wanted to do like a shorter one, but I'm glad people reacted like I'm glad people reacted well to it, because I didn't think I was good at the cutting the promos or anything. Like anyone could cut a promo in their mind. I could cut a promo in their mind, but it's just a matter of getting the words out. And
Yeah, it's about delivery.
yes, and getting the words out like in the form of a promo, and getting the words out like in commentary, or I mean that those are
Way
two
different.
different, those are two different skill sets entirely, because all you have, on commentary, all you have to do is worry about like what's going on, what you see. And when you're cutting a promo, you gotta convey it. You gotta convey a story. You gotta get the audience. You gotta get your audience excited, not just like the people sitting there, but the people watching. You
Yeah,
gotta get them excited.
you can't. I'm sorry, but you can't be all over the place either. You have to be in character
Right.
100% to cut a promo. You can't. If you're a heel, you gotta be that asshole,
Yeah.
or you gotta be a certain way. It's like whenever I approach a promo, it's like if I'm mad, I want to feel mad before I cut the promo. I have to pump myself up before I cut a promo, and it makes it more entertaining and
Yeah.
realistic.
It makes it more. It makes it more real, to be honest. Like
Yeah.
if you're in a good mood, you can't really cut a good angry promo. I mean, maybe you can, but it just doesn't come off the same way.
Yeah. And I think that's what people need to learn about doing promos instead of just going in and just, I'm this guy, blah blah blah. You gotta have real feelings in it, so
Right.
people are like, oh crap, he really means that shit.
Yeah. like
Yeah.
like make the person, like make that person that is going to watch it, make them believe you, because no matter what you say, if they if the person watching the promo does not believe you, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you say if they don't believe you.
Exactly. You have to put your heart into it. Because, as I was telling somebody in this Facebook group the other day, that when you cut a promo, you gotta put it all in there. You gotta have fun with it. You gotta be in your character. You cannot just come into a promo and be like, I'm gonna trash this dude from his personal life and stuff like that. They don't belong in what we do.
Right.
It's basically we go into this and we go by the storyline, not by anything else.
Right.
Whatever storyline you're in, that's what you cover, and you focus on that, and you deliver.
Right.
Because if you don't, then people will shun you from calling. People will be like, you don't belong here.
Yeah.
We've seen that happen over the years. You've seen that happen over the years.
Yep.
Over people get so egotistical about things, and they don't get them nowhere.
Right. Yeah. Just have fun with just have fun with it. And I guess that's my one big piece of advice to like anyone that wants to wants to get in the call or the virtual wrestling, no matter in what capacity, and that is to have fun with it. If it gets to a point, and Smokey, this happened. This has happened to me more than once. I On a couple of occasions, like in the last 3 years, I thought about quitting altogether because it just wasn't fun for me anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But basically, my advice is this: is to have fun. If it's not fun, walk away from it. Even walk away from it for a little bit, or just leave it behind.
Yeah, take a break, cause you can get burned out from it. Trust me. I've been in this for over 10 years, and
I thought. Yeah, I thought it would never happen to me, and it happened to me like twice in 3 years. So yeah.
Yeah, I shared this story on the show before, but I tell you, right before I joined UCA, I was burned out, and it was just after some of that drama with a few people, with Brent and all of them. I got to a point where everything was just coming at me at once, and I was just like, what's the point? And D-Ball approached me, and him and Malik approached me with this idea to turn Smokey heel, because Smokey hadn't really had a long heel run, really, in his whole 10 years. He had one in CCL, but it wasn't really that long, if you look at it. It was different, when we were talking about it, and I was just like, how can I pull that off? Because I've been known for being a face and a lead fighter for so long.
Right.
And how could I make that believable? And I just kept playing with the idea, and you see how it turned out. I actually got to attribute that to Malik, because Malik was an inspiration on me improving, because I seen his promos, and I was like, I can't let him outdo me.
Right.
Because he's a hell of a promo guy.
Yeah,
he can cut a promo.
Yes, he can.
And me, me being competitive and being for fun and everything else, I'm just like, I have to step up my game.
Right.
Because when we're in the same faction together, I can't let him outshine me, because I'll probably be going for the world title at that time. So I have to find a way to stick out myself and not have to feel like I'm copying him in a way.
Right.
I have to get my own type of character, and that's how I got a whole off leader type of character. Because Smokey has always been a egotistic guy, being a face or a heel anyway.
Yeah.
If you look at it. But yeah. Okay. Yeah, I appreciate your input on that. People, y'all need to for real listen to this, because doing a promo is not easy as most people think it out to be. You got to put effort into it. It ain't gonna be no walk in the park. If you approach it that way, it won't work out, and people won't believe you. And
if you have time to do more than one take on a promo, do more than one take.
Yeah, cut and edit.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
Okay, next question. That's a long time. Next question. I gotta remember my next question. Um, when you, I'm trying to get the questions out.
We talked so
I know I had a question. I had a question lined up, and then we got on that subject instead of already kind of like, yeah. In CC, when you're doing CCL, from back when you started to now, what do you think the biggest difference is from then to now?
wow. Where do I start? It was actually Malik that pointed out this out to me last night, and I think he actually pointed out to me one time. Yeah. Me and Malik, we squashed our beef too. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah. Um, but yeah, yeah. Malik told me that when I first started that there were so many botches on my show that you know our show that the show I did appeared more times on Botcha Glitchamania than ZZW did on Botchamania.
yeah,
I think the editing has gotten better over the last few years. Like the quality of the show, the editing, you know what I mean, that's gotten a lot better over the last few years. And it's one of those. I don't know what it was like. I don't know if I wasn't like paying attention as much back then. If I was like just in a hurry to like get these shows out, get these shows out, get these shows out. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And in recent years, I'm I'm going back. I'm I'm going through these shows more than once to make sure that that everything is okay. That if there's like a blatant botch here that should if there's like a blatant botch there, it shouldn't be there. There's like a blatant it still happens on occasion, of course, but I think it doesn't happen nearly as much now as it did way back then.
Yeah, I noticed that too. Like you're better at maintaining your roster too, because I noticed that you had so much people on your roster back then.
Yeah,
It kind of got puddered.
yeah. I think I have more people now than I did back then, but
But you got more experience now,
yeah,
so
this is
that
true.
helps.
Um, I I I like to think I've booked a little better over the course of 8 years, but I guess that's I'll be honest with you, that's kind of subjective. I like to think I've gotten good at it. I mean,
I think yeah.
thanks.
I think you got good at more your delivery when it comes to like I think before you kind of procrastinated when you commentated and stuff like that back in the day, and now you
Yeah,
just go with it.
yeah,
You opened up your character, as I was talking about earlier. You opened up your character a lot more.
yeah. And Smokey, like, let me ask you this real quick. Do you go back on your old stuff and you're like,
Oh yeah, I go back to I give you a research. I give you a CCL one back whenever me and Brent did that back and forth. That first, I think me and whole Brent thing was the first in the first promo that ever been done together
right,
in one thing, and and I wasn't used to that back then. I was used to just doing promos, and back then voice promos weren't really that. No,
yeah,
voice promos weren't really a big thing back then.
right,
And when we were doing that back and forth, I just I wasn't used to it, so I couldn't get my delivery out right.
right.
And I listened back to that, and I'm just like, oh my god, I'm so what the fuck was I doing?
Oh, and you know what, I get that. Literally any show from season one I do, like my voice is so goddamn awful. I don't- maybe it's the microphone I used at the time. I don't know.
Yeah,
Because my God, my voice from like season from like season. If you watch a season one show and you watch a season two show, it is practically. It. I'm not kidding. If you watch like a show from 2010 and a show from 2011, it is drastically different. And 2010 to 2012 is drastically different. And hell, it's it's literally like if you watch a show from season one, and I think it's been like the same probably since like season four. I think season four, season five. I don't know.
Yeah.
But if you listen to a season one show, oh my god, I'm almost embarrassed.
I think you have issues. At least you wouldn't know. I used to drink a lot, so add that with a messed up mic. Because when I first started, I had a horrible mic, and I was drunk as fuck. And I was thinking, because I used to get in a lot of arguments back then because I was fighting. You know, because back then I haven't changed that much since back then. I always,
except you don't drink
I
as
always,
much.
I don't drink no more. I've been clean 2 years, but
Congratulations.
yeah, I used to drink so much back then though. If somebody said something about me, I would freaking make a video about it right then. I didn't hesitate. I did not hesitate. You know this. You was witness to this.
Yeah.
Because when I made that, I'll be honest with you. When I made that, what was it? The a burn of CCL edition or whatever.
Something like that.
Oh, yeah, I was freaking wasted. I was wasted, and I was like, in my mind, I was just like mad, and I looking back at it, it was kind of like I shouldn't have reacted that way. There was different ways that could have, there's
Right.
different ways you could have approached the situation. I noticed that now. That's the reason why I calmed down a lot.
Yeah.
You react, don't react first. Collect all the information in your head before you react.
Yeah.
Listen to one fans.
Yeah. My whole overreaction was to something looking back on it, I either A, probably shouldn't have done to begin with, or B, it was just way ahead of its time because I've seen my idea done twice since now. I think you know what it is. The whole champion of champions, the whole call champion of champions thing.
Yeah.
I think it was. I think it was like I thought. The reason I thought it was a good idea back then was because I thought my place in car was pretty good. You know,
Yeah.
I've done these Titan Triumphs for a couple of years. I'm a big fan of CAW. I thought everybody knew who I was. I thought it was big shit.
Yeah.
And it turned out, no, it wasn't.
I think personally, it was ahead of its time. I think personally, people are more ready for that type of thing now. As evident, you got the Queens of Wrestling Championship, you got the Call All Stars Championship.
Yep.
I think if you were to bring that back, I ain't saying you should. I ain't saying that you will.
I have no intention of bringing it back, by the way.
But if you did, it would make sense.
If I did bring it back, it would probably work. Yeah. But I think it was just a matter of timing on that.
If you want that belt back, fans, annoy Eddie Mack over here.
No, just trust me on this when we're not bringing it back. I know someone's commenting, say hashtag bring back champion. No.
I'm gonna start it. I'm gonna start it. I'm also gonna pop.
That's gonna bring everybody out, man.
Okay. Okay. We're gonna move off CCA for a second. This is the whole thing. As you know, there's I'm gonna bring this up. It might as well. There's a top 100 out now to call, and it has been tried to be done before, but it really get off the ground. What are your thoughts so far? And it's being like it's day 3 of the poll now. Uh, what are your thoughts on the progression of it? Cause there ain't been much backlash over it this year as it has been.
I will say this: the very fact that it even exists is kind of remarkable because um I didn't think there were like that many notable cars out there, but
Oh, there is.
and it's probably and maybe it's probably because I'm not paying attention as much to cars as I hadn't like when I first started. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the same thing with me. I was in a closed box for a long time, and like our whole side of because the call universe is big, man.
Yeah,
It's huge. I learned of this season 3 of the Slow Crew. I had people from all over the call in this I've never talked to before, and it amazes me how many there are. You
yeah.
know,
It's like a lot of people are getting into it for like different reasons, and like only and like in recent years, you discover, and it's probably thanks to like the whole online thing. There's like whole sim leagues out there,
oh yeah.
and
The thing about that is sim leagues don't really get along with call leagues. It's been a whole
I've
thing
I've
for a
I've,
while.
I've found that out too. I don't know why that is. Probably because it's a different mindset with sim leagues versus car leagues. Like, maybe it's like a different set of it's a different set of people. I don't try to get in between that a whole lot. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna
Yeah,
speak on anything I don't know about.
yeah, exactly. I can speak about it a little bit, but I'm not because it probably starts some kind of unnecessary drama.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah. Back to the top 100 is Sean Watts was on the show probably at episode 8 and that 7 or 8 something
Yeah,
like that. We were talking about call all stars and the potential of it to
yeah.
get
I did
bigger.
I did his show a couple years ago, as a matter of fact. Now that I think about it.
Yeah, and you mentioned you had a on the last call all stars you had a world championship match
Yeah.
between Matt Phoenix
Mm-hmm.
and Chris Knight,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, what do you think about the potential of making because things can get it should be bigger. I believe it should be. It's like a call mega event. I believe all communities should come together for that.
Right.
What do you think of the development from probably Call All Stars 1 to now?
I've I think the first one I did was like I want to say the first one I did was 3. Call All Stars 3. It
Yeah,
is amazing. It is amazing. It's gotten like it is amazing. It's gotten that big, and I it's I'm seriously all props to Sean Walsh and the people who put that together, because we um because it's I was putting together Conspiracy practically by myself. It
yeah,
was hard. So I can imagine doing. So I can only imagine doing something like that, putting together something like that, but every single year. That has got to be hard as hell. You know what I mean?
oh yeah, and the fact that he does that, and back in the day it was always like Call Conspiracy, whatever. If you put somebody over somebody else, somebody would complain and it's
Yeah.
a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
But somehow, and regardless of that, people actually don't overreact
Right.
and call all as far as
Right.
that.
Which.
It's like for instance, I was involved in the very first Call All Stars and the very first match of Call All Stars 1,
Right.
and that was against Evan Rockville, and that's the guy who I'm facing at Call All Stars
Yeah,
10.
I saw. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, yeah, that's very meaningful for me. I talked to Doc and everything else about it because the guy who owned it in Rockville, James Thomas, he died shortly after Call All Stars 1.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he died like right after it, and
Wow.
he was like one of my first fans.
Oh
And
man.
it's like this is like something that I've been wanting to do, but
Mm.
I didn't realize because I didn't talk to Sean or nothing back then. I didn't realize he used Evan Rockville still. I thought Evan Rockville got stopped using after he died.
Right.
And we saw this opportunity, and I was like, we got to jump at this. Call All Stars 10. You know?
Yeah.
10 years later, 10 Call All Stars later rematch.
It's full circle, man. That's awesome.
It's very rare that you can. That's the amazing thing about Call. It's very rare that you can find opportunities like that to have a match like that.
Yeah.
And that's always what I want, like virtual wrestling. I know you feel the same way. You want to do something different. You want to entertain the people.
Yes, that's because God knows this world needs it. and seriously, like people want to escape from from all the bullshit that's going on in the real world, even if it's for like a few minutes or a few hours,
Oh yeah.
People just want to kick back and enjoy a show or whatever.
And that's one of the reasons that I opened up my character more and my promotion more.
Right.
My promoting, because I don't give a fuck if I'm annoying. I will freaking annoy the fuck out of every Facebook page, every Skype call, everything about what I'm promoting. Everybody else has to deal with it. Because I feel like, it's like I've been talking to Frank, and the WWF owner, and I've been trying to get him to promote other leagues.
Yeah.
Since he got that open range of viewers and everything, we've been opening this dialogue. Yeah. Me and him have been opening up the dialogue of, promoting your CCL, promoting DCA, promoting Call All Stars.
Right.
And I'm trying to get everybody on board. That's the reason why I've been trying this whole bringing the community back together, because the community has been separated for so long, ever since the whole drama back in, the something called for at SMF forums and that whole big mess.
Yeah, I mean, I was sort of, I was sort of on the fringes of that.
Yeah. You was glad.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a mess, and I mean, it's like in one way, the community's come back from it, but in another, like in one way it hasn't, but in another way it has, because there's a lot of new people in it, and it's always good to have like some new blood, and injected into the community, because you don't want this. I mean, you don't want the same. You don't want the same things over and over and over again.
No, you want different.
Right. Like because with different people come different ideas, and like you'll get an idea like you didn't think of, and like, whoa, that kind of blew my mind right there. I want to do something like that.
Yeah, one thing I have fun with is these new people coming in and be like, "I want a world title shot right now." Like, you can't approach this like, give me a world title shot right now. You gotta freaking earn everything you get. We have fun here, but we got so many people on the roster.
Like it's not real, right?
Yeah, and it's not your video game. It ain't like your universe or whatever. Just because you're a world champion in your own universe is not being
right.
You gotta earn it. I'm not dissing anybody. I'm not saying that they probably suck, but I'm saying, you gotta develop your character and everything else. You gotta get them involved in storylines. You gotta get the fans to be like, "Oh, we need to take this guy seriously."
Right, and
maybe he does.
Right, and you gotta be open to not only you gotta be open to what they do, but sometimes whoever the owner of that league is, they gotta be willing to, they don't have to take your ideas. You know what I mean? They just have to be willing to listen to them, at least.
Yeah.
Because you never know. You never know when a good idea is gonna come, and I'll be honest with you, I've passed on a few good ideas doing CCL for 8 years.
Yeah.
could literally make a whole book about about
Okay,
things like
man.
that.
Trust me, man. We can sit here and talk about this subject for like hours and hours, and
Oh my
people are
god.
going to be like, "Is this ever going to end?" Like for real. Me
Yeah.
and Doc had this conversation a few episodes back with me and him talking for literally 3 hours.
Wow.
My longest smoke room ever. I'm just like, how is this possible? We still going.
Oh man, I'll be honest with you. I wish I had 3 hours in me tonight.
Uh, you get old with that. And I
Yeah,
don't feel bad.
uh,
We all get old.
yeah. I'll be honest with you. This is a young man's game, man.
I
Um,
honestly don't know. I honestly can't tell you how I can still, be relative, to call because
right.
as I said, I've been around a long time. It's hard to do that
Yeah.
because you gotta keep your character. You gotta keep evolving your character. People don't understand that. People when they first come in, at least they're fresh. They got fresh ideas and everything else that nobody has never seen. But
Right.
when you're a character that's been around for a long time, you gotta be creative. You gotta come up with be like, hey, this guy's been around for a long time, but he can evolve and he can change. And I love that. I'm a very creative person when it comes to stuff, and I actually feel like the last 2 years has been my I've been better creative wise than I've been back then.
Yeah.
That
Yeah. I feel like that too. Like I'll be honest with you. Beating D Wall was an absolute godsend for me and my league. I don't know. I'll be honest with you. Without D Wall, I don't know if I would still be doing it. Like he,
yeah.
like literally a whole bunch of what has happened in CCL over the last 2 years was in part thanks to D Wall. That's a creative dude too.
Oh yeah, I completely agree. As I was saying earlier, he was the main reason why I didn't quit
Right.
because you had that whole there's a controversy after all that. I was saying earlier, when I got hit by a car, supposedly hit by a car by Casey Gordon.
Right.
Um, he lost what really happened was he lost the save file to my guy, and basically he could the what is the word for it? Get the words out. Smokey was deleted basically, so
Mm.
he was gone for like 8 9 months
Mm-hmm.
of call, and I didn't know what was going on. I really didn't because I was in one other league at that time. It was called WTW, and you know whose league that is, Josh McLeod.
Yeah.
I was in his league, and that was it. And it is I want to hear your subject on this because this is going to spin off to this next question. You have had your up and downs in call. And I have had my up and downs in call. I had to like for instance, I had to rebuild my career like 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
That's hard to do at once. But how do you find a way to be creative whenever you get that much criticism? Because it's tough to keep going whenever you get so much criticism. You just before you like fuck this, it ain't worth it.
Well, I think it's a matter of two things. One definitely more so than the other. Um, One thing is you hope other people believe in what you do, but second and more importantly, you have to believe in what you do. If you don't believe deep down in your heart that what you're doing is okay, and you're gonna make mistakes, you're gonna screw up, and not everybody's gonna like your shit. That just some advice for anyone wanting to get in the call. Not everybody's gonna like your shit. That's just the way it is. Okay. Um, if you can get over that hurdle, like you believe in what you do, and not everybody's gonna like what you do. If you can get over those two hurdles, I think everything else is easy. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. And it's important. It's important to say when you're going through that stuff and you got everybody counting you out and everything else, you just got to remember what got you in the call in the first place.
Right.
We all this is as you were saying, this is fun, and I do this as a way to because life's tough, man. I'll be the first to say life's a bitch.
Yep.
And this is here to have fun and entertain people, and for people to kind of take me out of Paul, it's just like a motivation for me to get even better. Because if I get better and prove them wrong, then they're the asshole.
Right.
And that's been my motivation because I was once told that I would not be a good main eventer, and look what has happened.
Mhm. You did okay.
So if,
Right? I mean, you turned out to be a pretty okay main eventer, right?
and I think I did okay. Especially lately, I have stepped it up. I admit back then, looking back at my old promos and the way I handled certain things, I didn't think I was. I'm glad it didn't happen that time because I wasn't ready for it
Right.
in a way. Because now that I actually got this creativity, more creativity in me, I can deliver better
Right.
against good promo people. Because you got people like AJ Young, and you got people, like Malik Brown, you got all that. If it'd be pretty easy to get lost in the fold with all those guys.
Right.
But you got to remember, people gonna say, call me old and that's and that, but if you're gonna be in a true character, you're gonna have to fire back. You have to be that douchebag. How Smokey is. Smokey, you gotta admit, Smokey has had a lot of people hate him this
Yep.
year.
but for the right reasons, right?
Yeah, that's what we wanted, and I think that's incredible. I'm actually honored because shoot, if you had told me I would have this much heat a couple years ago, I would have been like, yeah, right, you know.
Right.
But yeah, um,
I mean, you've
but
had.
yeah,
I mean, you've had that much heat like a few years ago, but not for the reasons you want to have that much heat. You know.
it was all character heat.
Right. yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah, because there's two kinds of heel. There's two kinds of heel heat. The heel heat that you want, and the heel heat you don't want.
hmm
And if you get the heel heat you don't want, then your time in call is probably not going to be long.
yeah, that's the thing. The way you could help measure it is because I got more popular doing this heel run than I was when I was a face.
Right.
That's getting insane because I was always the type of person to be like, I will never be a good heel because I'm so used to being this. I was never a true face to begin with.
Right.
If you look at my character, he's never been a true face. If you look at it,
Yeah, that's true.
I always bordered that line, but I never went full heel.
Right.
Except the time I hit combo with a car, but well, which is actually funny because nobody brings that up whenever Smokey got hit by a car. Whenever Smokey was saying he whining about him getting hit by a car.
Right.
I was actually talking to D-Wall about that about a few months ago. I was like, people have missed the opportunity to call Smokey's bullshit out.
hell, hell, even I've forgotten it in a sense, and maybe it's on purpose. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Next question. If you would name 5 dream matches that hasn't really happened yet, what would it be?
Wow. I don't even know if I can come up with 5.
Or come up with as many as you can.
I can come up with one for sure. I think I can come up with one for sure. I think will happen sometime within the next year. Naughty versus Carmen Cortez. Give me that match. Inject that shit in my veins. Okay.
Oh yeah, that would be an insane match. there's been a there's been a lot of different things going on with Paul lately, especially with the whole women's division.
Yeah.
It's changed a lot.
Yeah, it's I find it interesting that that women's car is like in a like it's in a better place it's been like pretty much ever. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That women's storylines are getting booked just as good as the guys, and shit, give me more of that, okay?
yeah.
um, that's one. Um, Malik and this is probably from a personal standpoint. I don't know if it will come to pass, but fingers crossed, I guess. Um, Malik Brown versus pretty much anybody in CCL.
Hmm.
Um,
Which is a possibility because he has showed up in CCL recently.
he was at Vendetta. Jaguar named JC Wolf's head off. I don't know if it'll be a one time thing, if it leads to anything. All I can say is fingers crossed on that. Shit, like it feels like over the last year or two, like every dream match I wanted to happen has happened.
Yeah.
But you know what would be cool though? You remember Seth Stern?
Uh,
Your
yes, sir.
your WL.
Uh, I might. I can't really remember. I might remember if I saw his face.
Big slim guy, big bushy afro.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Seth Stern versus you would be a good match, I think. Steph,
Wow.
yeah, Seth Stern. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know how. I think it would be, like, you just got, you have like just two of the biggest shit talkers in virtual wrestling. Like that.
Yeah.
That would be a hell of a match, I think.
A hell of a promo between them.
Yes.
You seen what happens whenever I get like a promo with somebody like the whole Great D one because you was there.
Yeah.
You did the interview.
Yeah.
I will say this on the record. That's the most intense back and forth
Yeah.
I ever been through.
Yeah.
Anybody.
Yeah. And
I was,
I'm surprised you kept your control through the whole thing. I thought you were gonna come through the Skype and just like swing on somebody, like swing on me.
I stayed in character. I stayed in character 100%, and that's what I love about the Byron of the Great D, the owner of the Great D. He's so great in staying in character. And me and him both, I'll quote him after the interview. He said he was walking around hitting himself in the head because it was so intense. It was very intense. People don't understand me. He was going. We was not holding anything back then. And this is like you don't understand. This is the first time me and him ever talked.
Right.
And we went on this thing with all in. I'm just like, holy shit.
Where did this come from? Like,
And
I
I love
thought
that thing.
I thought this, I thought this wasn't supposed to be like, it's not supposed to be real, Like, just calm down.
I love that type of stuff, and I want to do more. And I've been trying to get people and
Right, it's like right on the edge of reality. Like like as you're listening to it, like you're not totally sure if it's real or not.
Yeah, exactly. But that's what draws people in. People want to see that match after that.
Yeah.
And especially with what we was contending with, being the Great D for the world title, that wasn't the main event. And we had to sell that shit.
I would love to see that. I would love to see that match again, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, it ain't over with. It probably ain't over with considering the last time they fought. You know what happened?
Yeah, it was a bad
The whole hand on rope thing.
Yeah.
I wouldn't doubt it wouldn't be over with in the future. There's so much going on, and that's the thing about what I've been loving lately is, between all of us working together, we all work together in the site group, and we somewhat get along. There's a bunch of craziness goes on in my group.
Right.
But I actually love that because we all in this for the same reason.
Yeah.
We all want to make an entertaining product. We might bitch about it, but we all in it for the same reason.
Right.
And I think that's good. We got new guys like Zahaya. He's been around for like a year and a half.
Yeah.
And Deepak, even though I have some descriptions for him, he's in there.
Yeah. Deepak actually went the same route I did. He was yeah, he was doing like all these promo videos for other leagues, and decided, heck, I could do a league myself, and all the best to him. I hope his league does well as does as well as mine did. Or
Yeah, I just got, all I want him to do is just learn, there's certain things that you don't say, you watch it, because you don't want to, I hate to say this to, because, this guy's one of my friends, but he has learned from his past Carter. You know who Carter is.
yeah,
He went through he's one of my friends still, and, but he needs to learn, there's certain things you just don't say. Um,
right.
Yeah, I think that's the same thing with V-Pop. V-Pop's a good commentator, but he needs to learn, to say what lines not to be drawn whenever you commentate.
It's one of those things that it's one of those things you like. It's like one you only like you only learn with by getting reps. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
over time, like it comes natural. Like you just don't say it. And it's one of those things it's one of those things where it gets to a point where you know what, you either figure it out or you don't. You know what I mean? And I think he'll figure it out. He'll figure out when not to cross that line, so to speak.
yeah. Another one of my questions is not really a question, but I would like cause we've seen it a little bit in TCL. I always wondered what would happen, cause I remember Armageddon approached Smokey about the whole, before he found out the whole combo situation.
Mm-hmm.
What would happen if Smokey fought Armageddon?
Ooh, I'll be honest with you, I don't even know. There's like a 1 or 2 hour window, like in the entire history of time, where I knew what the answer would be. I know this. It would have been a hell of a match.
Yeah, I remember that. It's amazing I remember that, because I go back, because I learn from myself. You have to.
Right.
You got to learn from your flaws and everything else to get better.
Mm-hmm.
And I go back then, and I look at it, and I cringe, and everything else about what I did. And I'm just like, I can't make that mistake no more.
Right. There's like a lot of things there's like a lot of things looking back I would have booked differently if I had to do over.
Yeah, and that's the amazing thing about, there's going to be people need to learn, people, we just clones are just people, they can't make perfect decisions all the time about matches, and be like, nah.
Yeah, you're not. Yeah. This goes back to my not everybody's gonna like your shit line. You know what I mean? You're not gonna get it right 100% of the time. There are people that are not gonna like. They're people that are not necessarily gonna like your booking decisions, but as long as you believe it, as long as you believe in them at that time. I mean, is it natural to go back on it later and think, yeah, maybe I should have done it differently? Sure. I mean, but we have that like pretty much in all aspects of life. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't regret no. It ain't natural to regret it. You gotta accept it and move on.
Right.
And I feel the same way about my character, how I reacted with my character back in the day. And I don't regret not saying it, because I said it and I meant it back then.
Right.
I didn't give it. And
like
you can,
yeah, like this decision on who wins or who loses and why, and or how long the match was or whatever. Like at the time it was okay. You probably don't think it's. You probably don't think. You probably look back on it. It's not later. It's not okay. But guess what? In that moment, it was okay. And you gotta accept that, and you gotta deal with that in that moment. And
yeah.
whatever comes from that, that's what comes from it.
Yeah. You decided to bring back. I remember you saying this. That you're gonna bring CCO back next season.
Yep.
I know earlier this season you was debating leaving. That was before you got this huge motivation use. I'm trying to find a way to phrase this question. What do you feel like you can do better this next season that you haven't done?
The next season?
Yeah.
I have like a couple answers in mind, but that would be giving shit away. You know that will
Yeah, oh yeah,
that
yeah,
will
yeah, yeah.
that will directly affect the show. So
Well, that's your answer. He got plenty. There's your answer.
that is about as big in it. That's about as much of an answer I can give. I'm sorry I can't give you more than
Oh,
that.
that's cool. That's cool. That gives me the answers I want. So, okay. We got a couple more questions. DCA. You've been a part. You've been helping him. You did a crossover with him a while back, a few years ago.
Yeah.
What do you see from the development of, after all the criticism and everything with Revelations 1 to now?
Oh my gosh, that also is like an that's also like it been like an amazing development from from like when it first started. And I'll be honest with you, I didn't catch it when it first started. I sort of like jumped on like towards the end of towards the end of season 1 when when it was just a little puppy league like when it was just starting to get good until now when it's just like it's like crazy amazing right now. I think it reminds me of a lot like my a lot like my league, like when I first started, like you had a couple of people help you, but it's like when you get the right people to help you, it's like boom.
Oh, yeah, it's basically like the whole
Right.
support. You gotta have support when you're doing
Not,
the show.
it's not just having support because like anybody can have support. It's having the right support. You know what I mean?
I'm talking about personal support.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I meant.
yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, like
It's like, for instance, like after Revelations, you know, we all was so down and everything else. He was really talking about quitting.
I was
And
I was telling him you got to push through it because not everybody's gonna like your stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah,
and I told him, I was like, I've been through because I think it's about person to come to about it because I've been through that. I've been through the fact that somebody's driving you to quit multiple times.
yeah.
And I annoy them people by not quitting.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I still annoy some people today that I'm still doing this 8 years later. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it shows that you're well known. You're actually called, what is it, the legendary Eddie.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm a legend or not, but
I know, right?
I mean, if people think
I ain't saying that to Disney. I didn't mean that to Disney. That sounded bad. But that's the same thing I feel because people, like I did this guy named J Crack. I did it. He started an interview show. And he introduced me as like the legendary Smokey and everything. I'm just like, I don't know about that. I ain't done by a long shot yet. I don't think I feel like when you reach the legend, when you reach that status, you're done.
I think there's still a few chapters to be written that have yet to be written. And
oh yeah, there's still things that we all need to do.
yeah.
We all need to realize, the world title matches are good, but there's matches surrounding it that builds your show.
Right.
The storylines. That's the most important thing that you can possibly do in a comedy. You make sure that you put your story in it.
Yeah.
Because if you got no story, then it just be like.
Without the stories, it's just two people wrestling for no reason. You know what I mean? And
people can do something else all the time.
Right. Yeah. Two people wrestling for no reason. I mean, yeah, that's okay in a vacuum, like you know what I mean. But if you surround your whole show with these guys are wrestling for no reason, nobody's gonna care. You have to give people a reason to care.
That's the reason why back when we first, like I first started or whatever, I ran into SNL and I've told this story a few times, but I was actually looking for a Boy Meets World episode because I've been a Boy Meets World fan for a long time. And I ran into this match, Mr. Phoenix versus Carl Winslow.
Mm-hmm.
That's what got me in the call. I noticed the storytelling and the comedy in it.
Yeah.
And it's like, I want to be involved in this. Like, this is something I can do. And I didn't know how to approach it at first. So I got in a bet with this guy
Mm-hmm.
about doing a review show
Right.
called Smokey would know with Smokey you recall.
Mm-hmm.
And I won the bet, and I got like freaking 500 views on my first episode.
How much did you win?
And
How much did you make off the bet?
yeah, right off the bat.
Yeah. How much did you make off of it? That bet.
I didn't make no. I made the show because the bet was whoever has the most views does the review show.
Okay.
I wasn't gonna do a review show. I wasn't gonna do none of that.
Oh.
It was just a friendly bet between me and this guy called Mr. Eddie. It was just the first call that I was ever in.
Ah. Okay.
I was actually, I think I started a review show, and then I was doing that for a while, and then he approached me about doing it for me, which was my first time in a call league. And I won a YouTube championship, like my second match.
Right.
And my popularity, man, I'm just talking about my popularity just went boom. You know, it was crazy because I wasn't used to all that. And you get that popularity that fast, you're just like, what'd I do?
Yeah. And if you're not careful, that popularity can go to your head real quick. Like you'll think you're big shit, and
yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
and you got fired back then, especially because people are competitive back then, especially. And people hated me because I was at the top and they wasn't.
Right.
So they would do anything they could possibly do to knock me out,
Right.
knock me down. And it worked. In most parts, I should be. I had more world titles and everything else in my career, but it was downsided by people who were not liking I was ahead of them.
Right.
And that was a growing moment for me because I realized, you know, it ain't important what they think; it's important what I do.
Right.
You know, I gotta improve. It's just like you can't be worried about all the people down talking. You gotta be worried about your show.
Yep. Because if you're too busy worrying about what other people think, you're never going to please them. Never. Because they're going to keep. Because they're going to keep talking shit about you no matter what, right?
Oh yeah, they're gonna keep talking, but they will stop. The thing is, if you don't fall into their bullshit,
Right.
you know, you can just go on your way.
Yeah.
Because people gonna hate you. At the end of the day, is you keep on doing what you love to do.
Yeah. Exactly.
And that's why BCA has been successful. That's the reason why you have maintained being successful.
Yeah.
At least, like, if you notice it right now, because SMF just came back, and I want your thoughts about that. I just popped in my head. What are your thoughts about SMF return?
I hope it's more than a one-off, if I'm being honest. I don't know. I don't know if it can. I don't know if it can work in 2018 because the world's like a whole lot different from like a decade ago, and cars a whole lot different than like a decade ago. But I have a feeling they can make. I have a feeling they can find a way to make it work, and I hope they can.
I can confirm that there will be more than one show because the owner of WD, I think he's recording it.
Oh wow!
He does the recording and they do the commentating.
Wow!
So he's working together with them, helping them out, and I can confirm that there will be more. It won't be like regular, but it would be. You know.
Oh, I can't wait. That.
And then there will be dream matches that never happen, or like people outside of outside of SMF coming into SMF and face certain people like Boom and them type of
Where was Boom on that special though? I was waiting for Boom to show up and he never did. Where was Boom? Because Boom was my dude, man.
Yeah, I remember Boom back in the day. He was a cool guy. I met him a long time ago, back in 07, 08, after he won. He was a cool guy.
Yeah.
And that's the thing about all of them. All the SMF guys, Josh, Silent Guy, all of them.
Hashtag bring back Boom.
Yeah, they're good people, and I'm glad. Because for a while, I was trying to get Dingo's back on here. And to talk, and he never had a reason to come on here. So, Dingo's, if you're listening, you need to come on here.
Yeah, Yeah.
Because I'm approaching, if you don't know, Eddie, you're in about two more videos, I'll reach 300 videos on this channel.
Oh, nice.
And I'm planning something big, so I want people to know that when it comes to my 300 video, I'm probably going to bring back the Smokey give you a call, and I'm going to do a bunch of collabs with a few
Or,
people, do
I have
something big.
or I have an idea. You can make this the 300 video.
I need videos, man. It's been 3 months, man. Smoke Room has been out of business for too long. You gotta think, man. I've been doing interviews since like 2009.
Wow.
Yeah, I've been doing that. I've been doing reviews since 2007 and interviews since 2009. And I interviewed all types of people, and I had some drama, a bunch of drama ones.
Yeah.
But I had a bunch of. I always put this show as we all here. I ask questions. We have fun. That's always been the most thing. You always enjoyed it. You make sure that everybody enjoys their experience on this show. Be able to talk about what they want to talk about. If they like to talk about WWE or whatever, we can talk about that or whatever. I just want to make sure we have the best conversation we can possibly have.
God damn it, this was fun, wasn't it? Did you have fun, Smokey? Because I sure as hell had fun. Did we lose Smokey? Smokey, I kind of need you to speak up into the mic a little bit. We don't know if we can. I'm asking him if we had fun on the show, and I hope I didn't scare him off or anything like that. But hashtag in the comments, bring back Boom. But don't bring back the car champion. Please don't. Holy shit. Did we lose Smoke? Oh my god, dude. Yeah, we're still recording. In fact, I was actually recording the wrap up. Yeah.
One more thing. There's one more question in your show.
Okay.
Where's your top 5 colleagues that you like? That people should check out.
Top 5 right now.
Go.
Okay. No particular order. TPGW. Get that channel to 100 subscribers. The dude running it, he's a good dude. He deserves it. Get him to 100 subscribers, please.
Yeah.
DCA. Good dude. Dude's helped me a lot over the last 2 or 3 years.
10 subscribers from 600.
Yes. In fact, it might be 600 by the time this show goes up. Among the old leagues, I still like SCAW. That show's been going on for like 10 years. It just crossed the 10-year mark. I still like it. ZZW. I've only checked out a couple of shows, but from what I checked out, they're pretty good. Do check that out. And UCWL.
All the leagues deserve attention, and I believe if you said TPGW, I've been watching his show since he's been around longer than people think he has.
I didn't realize that when I subscribed to his channel. It was like he was doing shows like he was doing shows like a long time ago. Then he just stopped, and I guess he just like recently started back up over the last year or 2 years, something like that.
He's been a good member to our group ever since he got here. He always opened up to new ideas and everything.
Yeah.
And he was always he opened up and stepped up to the role of basically the ass kisser, the NIS, and when you had all faces. Commentators stepped up. That ain't an easy thing to do when you got all commentators that are faces and you the only heel commentator there is.
Right.
So he stepped up big time on that, and I give him props for that.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. I I appreciate you coming on the show, Eddie. I had a good time. This is our
Thanks.
first interview in over 10 years. That's freaking crazy.
Yeah. I don't. I appreciate doing this. I don't do a lot of these, and I guess there's a reason I don't. I don't know what it is, but specifically, but this is fun, man.
Yeah, and I appreciate you coming on. There's gonna be another smoke room. I'm probably gonna record in probably a day or two, and another one after that. So, and then the 300 video. Y'all stay tuned. This is Smokey on episode 11 with Eddie. Peace out.
See you later.